Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to Casks-n-Que, where whiskey and barbecue meet. I'm your host, Justin Lloyd, and today it's Korean-style barbecue ribs. Be sure and stick around. So, today it's kind of cool because the Good Charcoal Company sent me a voucher for this charcoal. So we're going to review it. We're going to use it on our Korean barbecue ribs. We're going to just tell you what we think about it. It's available online at Home Depot, maybe in the stores too, depending on the store. They carry it in Sam's as well. So anyway, we're going to give this a shot and see what we think, and we will return. Well, alrighty folks, the Good Charcoal Company, as you see, is premium hardwood lump charcoal. The wood burns hotter, you use less, burns more evenly, and all natural, no chemicals. And also they help feed Americans in need, so there's nothing wrong with that at all. Let's give it a shot. Let's take a look at a few of these chunks here. Pull out some random pieces. They look to be pretty even. When I say even, I mean like, you know, the chunks are about the same size, because a lot of times when you pull out chunks, now there's a small one, and this is just a random sample, of course. One of the problems I have with a lot of charcoal is you get like a big, huge piece, and then you get one of these. I like to see pieces about like this. You know, I understand it's lump charcoal, it's actual wood, so they're not going to be perfectly uniform like Kingsford would be or something like that. Totally different deal, apples and oranges. But so far that's pretty even. That looks pretty good to me. So let's get some of this Good Charcoal Company charcoal in the old Blaze Kamado. Get that good and spread around. Let's see what we have once the dust clears. All right, that dust is starting to settle a little bit. Let's see what we got. Got some small pieces in there, but overall, man, that looks really good. So far, so good. So let's fire it up and see how it goes. All right, guys, you know, I've talked about this company before, Zorstar. The fire starters that they make, you get 120 pieces of these little tumbleweed looking deals. It's just nothing but wood and wax. No harmful chemicals. I love these things. And I'll put a link in the description box below so you can check these out for yourself. You dogs trying to guard me? You can't hold me. 2-point fadeaway. Whew. In your face. All right, guys, so what we have here is a rack of spare ribs. Like I said at the beginning of the video, this is gonna be Korean-style barbecue ribs. We're gonna use the Good Charcoal Company's product. We're gonna roll with about 3 or 4 chunks of cherry wood, and we're gonna smoke this rack of ribs on the Blaze Kamado around 250 degrees. And we're also gonna use Wright's barbecue rub. All right, let's get started. I went ahead and trimmed these off camera, so I will put a card right up there in the corner so you can see how to do that on another video. So let's get a good even application of this Wright's barbecue rub. Man, I love this stuff. It's got good barbecue flavors in it. It's not too peppery, not too salty. It's just a good blend. It goes really well with ribs too. It's one of my favorite rib rubs. I need to get some more Count Porcula rub. If you guys are watching, hook a brother up. Just kidding, I'll buy it. Let's see. All right, that's looking pretty good to me. And like I said off camera, I removed the membrane. Not gonna worry too much about the bottom side of the ribs. It's not usually what you're eating, but I like to hit it anyway with some rub. Let's go back to the presentation side. A little more on this side. All right, looks good. So we are gonna let the Blaze Kamado get to about 250 degrees, throw a few chunks of wood in there. Oh wait, my Pitmaster snack. I trimmed that off because it's kind of an unsightly looking little rib, but that's for me later. Because I'm hungry. I want one rib. Oh no. One rib. I need some stickers. If y'all have any stickers you want me to get to put on there, let me know. We're gonna use about that much wood. Throw it on in there. All right, guys, this rub has really drawn out some moisture in these ribs. It's settled in. The Kamado is at about 250 degrees, rolling with the cherry wood that we usually use. That imparts a pretty color on the ribs, a mild smoke, and just it's my favorite. So let's get these guys on the smoker. That smells good already. Like to form them up pretty good because they will cook how they sit on the smoker. I always try to kind of squish them in, if that makes sense. There we go. Looking pretty good. So we'll let these go until they get a good color, and we'll probably wrap later on and get some Korean barbecue sauce on there and see how it turns out. Stick around. Almost forgot my Pitmaster snack, my one rib. All right, guys, these ribs have been on for about an hour and a half. Our temperatures have maintained about 250, 275, so I think the Good Charcoal Company's charcoal is doing just great. So let's take a look at these ribs. They might be ready to spritz. If they are ready to be spritzed, then I have a mixture ready to go of apple cider vinegar, water, and Korean barbecue sauce. So let's take a look. Let's take a peek in the old Blaze Kamado. Oh man, those look good. All right, so I have a mixture that I mentioned earlier that we're gonna hit these ribs with just to add some more flavor and make sure they don't crisp up too much. All right. Let those go for about maybe 30 more minutes and come back and take a look. All right, guys, these ribs have been on for about 3 hours. They're looking pretty good. I've hit them with that spritz that I showed you earlier, maybe 1 or 2 other times. So let's go take a look and see how these ribs look. The next thing we're gonna do is put them in a foil boat, and I'll show you that in just a second. All right, let's see what we're working with here. Slowly open, burp, so a flame doesn't come and get us. Ooh, pretty. That's what we're looking like, folks. Looking pretty good to me. Oh, look at that Pitmaster snack. So what we're gonna do is take those ribs and put them in a foil boat. All right, as you can see, these ribs look fantastic already. But they need a little bit more work. So what we're gonna do is just spritz these guys once more with that mixture of Korean barbecue sauce, apple cider vinegar, and water. That's gonna help steam these a little bit and create that flavor profile that we're looking for. So we're gonna actually create a foil boat with this aluminum foil. So check it out. Really easy. So the reason we do this is we get the best of both worlds as far as bark, moisture, and plus it's just easy access, honestly. When I put the Korean barbecue sauce on at the end, you'll see. Like to fold those corners in a little bit. Man, I'm fighting the first flies of the season already. Stupid flies. It's gonna be war this year. I'm going nuclear on these flies. I'm not playing anymore. They don't know what's gonna hit them. All right, let's bring this edge up a little bit. We'll hit it with our mixture that we have for added moisture and flavor, of course. Try to get some down into that foil boat. Should have done that first, I guess. Let's go back to the smoker, put these on for a little bit. Once the bark gets to where I want it, I'm gonna hit it with that barbecue sauce and we're gonna chow down. Hey, thanks for sticking around, folks. So we are gonna warm up some of this Korean barbecue style wing sauce, actually, but we're gonna use it as a barbecue sauce today because we can. Just picked this up at Kroger, obviously, so we're gonna put it in this little pot here, this little warming pot, throw it on the smoker, let it cook with the ribs for just a little bit, basically just to get it nice and warm so that we can apply it with our little barbecue paintbrush onto the ribs and make them look real nice and pretty. Be right back. Oh, those ribs are looking good. It's a good pullback, smells delicious. We'll let that sit for a little bit. Okay, that's what we're working with right there. That rack looks yummy. We're gonna let that sit, the sauce, we're gonna let that sit for, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. Then we're gonna come back, apply it to the rack of ribs here and let it get nice and tacky and ooey gooey. It's gonna be awesome. All right, folks, it has been about 25 minutes, I think, since we put that little pot of Korean barbecue sauce onto the smoker. I would say we're getting close to ready. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be good. So let's go ahead and paint these ribs. That gives a really nice mahogany color, really nice sheen to the ribs. Man, this smells delicious. It's spicy, it's smoky, it's sweet. It's got that good Asian flair to it. As we can see, that Korean sauce is just nice and tacky. It's not, you know, kind of clumpy like a lot of barbecue sauces are. Hey, comment below, let me know what your favorite Korean barbecue sauce is. Old buddy, use that term loosely, Brian Odell, got me turned on to these a couple years ago. And it's been a family favorite ever since. I've used all kinds of different Korean style barbecue sauces, but just rolled with this one today. It's the first one, actually that my wife sent, she went to the grocery store and got it, so it was the first one she saw and just grabbed it and I said, roll with it. All right, nice and saucy. All right, after we applied that Korean barbecue sauce, that's what we're looking like. Have some nice pullback on the bones there. You can see that, it's kind of hard to tell. Yeah, there you go. So we're gonna let this sauce set on these ribs and get good and caramelized, and we'll be back. All right, folks, since our ribs are about done, I'm gonna go ahead and get these green onions cut up to garnish. And yes, green onions go on Korean style ribs. You don't have to do this, but I would highly recommend it. It adds another layer of flavor. All right, that looks good to me. All right, folks, those are looking good. Sauce is set. All we gotta do now is hit it with some of this green onion. Kind of let it rain down green onions. Making it rain green onions. Is that too many? I don't know. You can take them off if you don't like them. Okay, we're gonna let that sit for just a little bit to get these onions nice embedded into that sauce, and we'll be right back. Hey guys, once again, thanks for stopping by Casks-n-Que, or Whiskey and Barbecue Meat. Hey, if you like what we did here today, go ahead and like, subscribe, and hit that bell. That helps out this channel a lot. So I'll recap in the description box below what we did here. Korean style ribs are a hit. Man, you gotta try it. It's sweet, tangy, smoky, spicy, juicy, tender, and absolutely delicious. We used the Good Charcoal Company's charcoal today. It was fantastic. Did a great job. Highly recommend. Like I said, I will put all the stuff that I used today in the description box below. Once again, thanks for stopping by Casks-n-Que, or Whiskey and Barbecue Meat. We will see you next time. Dog.